Hey guys, Unicronobot here, coming at you with another video review, and welcome back to Grimlock Week. Nothing but 5 days of Grimlock, and here we are with Animated Grimlock. Now, this Grimlock, until recently, has been, some have deemed, the best retail Grimlock. And I can see why. I'll be honest, even when I had him, I was part of that bandwagon. And sometimes I still agree with that, but let's take a good look at him to see if that's actually true. So here we have Grimlock in his dino mode, and as you can see, it's very G1-esque, but at the same time they're trying to go scientifically accurate by making him have a horizontal stance rather than a vertical standing upright stance, like they tried with the classic line. And it actually works pretty well here. He has that scientifically accurate look, but at the same time, he still looks a lot like the G1 Grimlock. He has a lot of the same paint scheme and the same look. And it's pretty nice. The only real problems I have to say about this mode is he's got major hollow side, and you can clearly see Grimlock's robot head in there. And my other problem is his legs. I'm not sure if it's just mine, but I find that the hinges on his legs are really loose. So there are times when I'm like trying to pose him and he's either falling on his head or falling on his ass, which kind of sucks on my point. I think it's because I'm not sure what it is exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's simply that the hinges in my Grimlock aren't the best. For a size comparison, here he is next to his fellow Grimlock, the Classics Grimlock, and as you can see, obviously he's bigger because he is a Voyager class figure, but still it's a nice comparison to him. And again, you could see the major differences, especially in paint scheme. Well, the Classics Grimlock, his paint job is pretty nice. It's almost too sporadic. There's 3 different shades of gray on this dude, so it's meh. But this guy stays with one flat gray, a nice maroon red, and a bronzish gold. That looks really nice on him. My only other wish is that they actually painted this little bit right here gray. Would that have been so hard to do? Oh, and gimmick-wise, his jaw can move up and down, so you can have him talk. Me Grimlock King. Me Grimlock want to watch Grey's Anatomy. Me Grimlock like Grey's Anatomy. Yeah, so that just happened. Now before we transform this guy, I almost forgot to show off his articulation. In Dino mode, Grimlock doesn't have much except for in his arms. And it's on a ball joint, so it gets a good range of motion. He can bend at the knee a little, and then his legs can go out and farther down. And his toes have some pivot on them because of a swivel. But that's really all he's got. Other than that and his talking mouth, there's not much going on in this mode. So, that being said, now let's transform him. You're going to find that his transformation is actually almost exactly like a transformation that we all know. So, let's get started. Basically, what you want to do is you're going to split the tail, and then the gold bit's going to tab in right here. Same with this side. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pop this part entirely off, fold these in, and then split the leg. And then you basically got the legs done. What you're going to do here now is you're going to push that up, rotate, and then close the hands. Same with this side. Let me show you this angle. Push it up, rotate, close the fist. And then this is where it gets interesting. You're going to lift this up. You lift that up like that. And then you're going to split this, turn the T-Rex hands inside, flip Grimlock's head around. It's going to tab in. This is how it's going to go. It's going to tab in here, and then from there, this tab's going to tab into his back. And then you get his little dino backpack. And here you have Grimlock in robot mode. And as you've seen, this dude is insanely like, his transformation is almost exactly like his G1 counterpart. It is ridiculous how similar these guys are. like, it's insane. And I'll be honest, I gotta give them props. They were able to make an entirely new molded Grimlock and still be able to give us a newer update, but still classic feeling transformation. Something that the Classics line Grimlock didn't really give us. Now, the only real flaws I have with this guy is his backpack, but let's be honest, what's a Grimlock without a backpack and exposed dino head? And my other problems really are his thighs. His waist swivel is extremely loose, but again, that's only minor nitpicks. As you can see, I don't even need a flashlight to show you how amazing the light piping is. Even with just my regular lights, it's glowing immensely. Articulation-wise, again, his arms, ball joint, basically same range of motion as in Dino mode. His head is on a swivel, right there. Again, thigh swivel can turn all the way around, but extremely loosely. His legs are actually bizarrely tight. They can go up, in, down, bend at the knee, and they also can actually bend that way, mostly due to transformation. And the legs actually have a swivel right here at the shin. And accessories-wise, he comes with his thermal blade. You're probably saying that your Animated Grimlock's blade does not look like this, and that's because you're right. I painted mine. Mostly due to the fact that from here up, it was all translucent red. And let's face it, that's not how it looked in the show, and that just looks really cheap. But what's interesting is when you plug it into this hand. Let me just see if I can actually get it in. Come on. And then you close the fist, just so we can get a good grip on it. If you twist it, the flames come out, and that just looks awesome. This Grimlock looks primed and ready for battle. Now, for a size comparison, here he is next to his classic Grimlock counterpart. And again, pretty big size difference considering that he's a deluxe class, but still, really interesting. Now, I would show you how he looks next to his animated Dinobots or any animated figure in general, but I have mine in storage right now, so I can't really show you. But just for the heck of it, let's put him next to a War for Cybertron Megatron. And as you can see, still pretty dang big. And for the case of us having him next to a Voyager class, here he is next to Dark of the Moon Shockwave. I know none of these are in the same universe as him, but like I said, most of my animated figures are in storage because this guy is possibly my favorite animated figure. And that actually gets to where I'm about to go next with this guy. Now, when it comes to the animated line, most of the figures were either major home runs or terrible strikeouts. And I know that many people like to argue that the best figures from that line were the Leader Class Megatron, the Shockwave, and the Grimlock. And I cannot agree more with this. Looking at this guy and having him in my hands and actually working with him and playing around with him and turning him into T-Rex, robot back, and all the stuff that collectors and kids do, I gotta say, this dude is a pretty great Grimlock, and he's great for the modern age kids, and on top of that, he's also a major blast of nostalgia right into your veins. And it's for us G1 collectors and watchers. This dude is a pretty great figure, and he's also a lot of fun. If you don't have him, I would highly recommend him if you can get him at the right price. I got this guy out of the box on eBay for about $25, which is the highest I'd recommend for this guy. If you get him in the box for a good price, then kudos to you, because normally these guys go for $50 in the box, and that's a minimum. But yeah, I would highly recommend this guy. And for those of you who are more interested in the G1 look, if this guy isn't G1 colored enough for you, there's the Takara version, which has a much brighter gray and much more gold. And that's all I really have to say about this guy. This guy's a really great figure. Tune in next time, because tomorrow Lexatron is going to take you into what many people consider to be the best Grimlock ever. This is Unicronobot. I'll talk to you later.